Anatomically speaking, the hip joint is a ball and socket joint, and how the ball sits in the socket can vary. The socket, which is called the acetabulum, is always represented as being relatively straightforward, whereby the neck of the femur sits at a perfect angle within the joint, creating lots of space to move, and with this perfect mix of stability and mobility. And when I'm in clinic, I loosely describe that as like a bit like a golf ball on a golf tee. However, in my experience in the clinic, it's a very idealistic and it can face forwards, which is called anteverted, or it can face backwards, which is called retroverted. Now, an anteverted hip will ordinarily enable you to be able to squat to depth pretty comfortably. Conversely, if it's more retroverted, the neck of the femur will not sit so centrally, and so the range of movement will be less. And this in turn can stop you from going any further because it will not feel good at all, particularly if we keep pushing into that position. And your clients certainly aren't going to thank you if you do. So if you have a retroverted hip, or if a client has a retroverted hip, you might find that they are more comfortable in a wider stance. Now, what's important to remember is this is a structural variation, not a dysfunction. It's not something that you are trying to fix. And forcing a textbook stance may increase anterior hip discomfort or create early impingement type symptoms. And it's almost definitely going to reduce their depth tolerance and not how far they can go, but how much they're able to tolerate that position. What we can do is we can adjust the stance width and the toe angle, and that will enable us to try and match to their bony anatomy, improve their symptom tolerance, again, tolerance, and hopefully optimize their personal hip mechanics. Squat stance should always respect hip structure. Not everyone is built to squat the same way, and we need to move away from that model. So, how do we know? It's very, very hard to be specific, but there are a few different tests, as I've said, that can help us understand more about the client's hip morphology.